It was a very quiet morning, Saturday, 6:30, the last day of the Feast of Tabernacles, the happiest of all the days of the feast. Tonight, there were supposed to be celebrations across the country with dancing, holding the Torah books because of the end of the cycle of reading of the Torah and the beginning of another one. There were youngsters that had a party all night out in the nature. There were a lot of Israelis that were asleep. It's Shabbat. And there were a lot of soldiers that had no clue that in a few minutes their lives will either end or change forever. And then exactly at 6:30, with a barrage of hundreds of rockets, in a very daring move, Hamas terrorists attacked nearly 50 Israeli military outposts along the border. And once they neutralized them, they managed to breach the wall and the fence and open a wide road for their vehicles and their motorcycles. And they also used some gliders. And within 20 minutes, at least 1,000 terrorists infiltrated into Israel and totally surprised the people in that outdoor party, civilians that are sleeping in on Shabbat, and the soldiers that never saw that coming. And within a matter of 1 hour, we already counted more than 100 dead. As of now, it's over 200. But the astonishing thing, the one thing that we dreaded the most, is the fact that they were able to abduct nearly 100 Israelis into Gaza Strip. And they paraded them on the main road. Women and children and old people and young people and dead bodies of Israeli soldiers were all paraded along the main road. So Israel declared war, and we're about 10 hours into this war with over 5,000 rockets in less than 12 hours. Another disturbing thing is, which leads me to believe that there is a country behind it and not just a terrorist organization, is the fact that in a very strange way, the Iron Dome missed so many rockets. And there were direct hits in so many places. And Hamas basically declared, we neutralized the Iron Dome. These capabilities can belong to only one of two superpowers in the world. And let me guess that it's not America. We are dealing with Russia right now. Only Russia could train them to use drones and drop bombs from the drones. Only Russia could sabotage the frequency of radars to that degree. And we are facing something bigger than we have ever seen since the establishment of the State of Israel. Throughout all the wars in 1948 and 1956 and 1967, 1973, 1982, throughout the 1990s, of course, there was the Lebanon War also in 2006. It has always been the case that Israeli soldiers fought in the front line. Today, Israeli soldiers did not fight in the front line. Today, terrorists knocked on the doors of civilians in their homes. It's equivalent to two things. To a roughly 2,000 terrorists taking over a large portion of New York City, taking many people as hostages, and transporting at least 1,000 American civilians to Afghanistan. That's the magnitude of what we are experiencing right now. At the same time, Hezbollah has elevated its alertness and readiness for war. The United Nothing is now locked up in their bases in southern Lebanon, UNIFIL, the United Nations Special Forces in Lebanon. They do nothing. The Taliban in Afghanistan just announced that they're ready to go and liberate Jerusalem if only the other Sunni Muslim countries allow them free pass all the way to Israel. The second and the third armies of the Egyptian military are now on the highest alert. And we are facing an existential threat. Now, I'm not afraid. And I'm not afraid because I know that he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep.